whole of Dwaraka was underwater, but it is said where Krishna resided is the place where the original temple was built, and then many additions and other parts of the temple have been established. In the 17th century, 16th or 17th century, the present temple that we will see when we go there was completed. 7-story temple. No, that's pretty big. At least where the dome above the deity and then a second dome rising very high are situated, very tall. The original Govindaji deity made by Jiva Goswami was similarly so tall, 7 stories. On top of the dome above the deity, there's a very large flag, 84 feet. What's that in meters? Divide by 3. It's a big flag. And they change the flag 3 times a day. Only special people can climb up and change the flag. And only if you have lots of rupees can you sponsor the new flag. You have to wait 3 months ahead of time to be the flag changing sponsor. And before the new flag, very colorful, different colors according to the day of the week. The new flag is taken in procession around the public streets, and then someone or groups of someone carry it and put on the new flag, taking down the old flag. Those who sponsor the new flag, they get the old flag, and the old flag has certain specified, authorized tailors that then make shirts and other things. And of course, the Brahmanas get their special privileges. The Brahmanas, according to the days of the week, according to Skanda Purana, there's different colors or specific colors on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. The deities wear outfits according to those specified colors. Color-coordinated Brahmanas wear clothing of the same color as the deity, taken from the flag that came down. And after Mangalarti, the temple to Devaki, the temple of Devaki, which is directly across from the temple of Dwarkadish. Those of you from South India, it's a little different. Gruda Stamba is directly across from the deity, but here is directly across from the deity is a temple of Devaki. And after Mangalarti, there's, as we have in ISKCON, there's 6 artis a day, that after Mangalarti, the sons of the Brahmanas in their color-coordinated outfits sit before the deity or in the area of the deity, and they chant Vedic mantras very pleasingly and sweetly, and it's very charming. Those of you that have been to temples like this for the first time, it's pretty confusing who's who and what's what. And so I'm going to describe slowly the description of the configuration of the deities. The main deity, as we heard this morning from Skanda Purana, the main deity is Trivikrama, which is another name of Vamana. And Vamana is the one who helped establish the precincts of Dwaraka and so forth. So the deity of Dwarkadish is the deity of Trivikram. He is carrying the symbols of Vishnu, The symbols of Vishnu are all covered with silver. Very, very opulent worship, similar to many temples in South India that are similarly very opulent. The decoration of the deity, the dresses of the deities, the offerings of the deities. They have a Chapalan Bhog for Raj Bhog, the midday offering, 56 items offered to the deity every day at the midday offering. Just to the right of the main deity is the deity of Balaram. And on the other side of the deity is another altar that has a tall deity of Pradyumna, who was the son of Rukmini, and his son, Pradyumna's son, was Aniruddha, so the smaller deity is Aniruddha to the left of Dwarkadish. Opposite that deity of Pradyumna and Aniruddha is a deity of Vishnu, Purushottama, Vishnu. And next to that one is Kuleshwara Mahadev, we heard this morning, but the king who tried to harm Vishnu and Balaram and lost his head, buried underneath, according to the Skanda Purana, the Lord Shiva deity is Kuleshwara, or Kula, so Kuleshwara Mahadev. And directly opposite Dwarkadish mentioned is Devaki, and where this after Mangal Arti nice procedure is observed, according to the Skanda Purana description of what should be done. Next to that is deities of Radha, Jambavati, Satyabhama, and goddess Lakshmi. And somewhere in there also is a deity of goddess Saraswati, temple of Lakshmi Narayan. There's no devas, but Kuleshwara Mahadev is there because of his particular role in Skanda Purana. Some distance away is the deity of Rukmini and her temple. So we're not, while here, going to visit the Rukmini temple, but you're invited. In the next 3.5 days, you may also wish to visit the Rukmini temple. There's two main entrances. Most likely we'll come through the northern entrance, because it's from the northern entrance, or just outside the northern entrance, is the marketplace. Moksha Dwaram, the door of liberation. And the backside is the Swarga Dwaram. And on the other side of that Swarga Dwaram is 56 steps, stone steps, that lead down to the Gomati. We're going to hear her name many times, the river Gomati. 52 of the steps indicate the 52 administrative divisions in the Yadu dynasty, and the other 4 are steps for Krishna, the Chaturvyuha, Krishna, Balaram, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and then the temple. So persons that enter through that gate are expected to, not all do this, but expected to take their bath in the Gomati, which is very near to the Chakratirtha that we've been hearing about, and we're going to hear some more about Chakratirtha before lunch. because it's the Skanda Purana description and it's one of the places we'll visit, so we're going to hear the scriptural foundation for what we find here in Dwarka. The original deity that Vajranabha is said to have established is no longer in Dwarka. That original deity, of his own volition, left. He left because of devotion of a great devotee, a Rajput. Rajput means in a royal family from Rajasthan. Rajput family. A Rajput named Bodhana. Bodhana, a king from the royal family, was a great devotee of Dwarkadish. His capital, his place of residence, was some distance away, a place called Dakor. But his whole life, he worshipped Dwarkadish. This is a well-known story. Something like, we'll also see the original deity of Gopal Giridhari, who is now known as Sri Nathji. But he was worshipped previously in Vrindavan, and now he's worshipped in another place. So same. The original Dwarkadish was worshipped in Dwarka. Now he's in Dakor. So what happened was this Rajput king named Bodhana, he had a fabulous Tulsi garden specifically cultivated for the purpose of worship of Dwarkadish. He would come every 6 months and extravagantly worship the deity, not only with Tulsis, but other royal amenities and offerings to the deity with love. And he did this every year until he was very old, 72 years of age, where he found it very difficult to make the tour to Dwarka to continue his worship. So Dwarkadish appeared to him in a dream. Dwarkadish said, next time you come to Dwarka, bring a bullock cart. And I'll get on the bullock cart and come back with you to Dakor so you can worship me in Dakor. I love your devotion very much. And he woke up. And he followed the instruction of Dwarkadish. And when he brought the ramshackle-looking bullock cart to the temple, pujaris all know him because he was so devoted to the deity. They couldn't believe it. But in any case, they locked the gates that night. At midnight, Krsna unlocked the locks, went exactly to the bullock cart where the Rajput king was resting. And he woke him up and said, let's go. Let's go to Dakor. And a short distance down the road, because he was older, 72, he said, I'll drive and you get in the back. And Krsna drove all night at midnight until the dawn of the morning hour, just somewhere, some distance, not far from the city, the capital city. And there they rested. In the early morning, when the pujaris saw that, gosh, the deity is gone, they became not just worried, they became angry. And they gathered together and went straight for Dakor to check this miscreant who stole the deity from the altar. As they were approaching the place, the word got to Bodhana that they were coming. So he was very concerned. And Krishna said, don't worry, you can put me in a lake nearby and just go and face the brahmanas. Whatever happens, you accept it as my mercy. So it's called Gamti. Gamti. The Gamti tank or lake, the deity was placed there, as Krishna said to do. And Bodhana came with sweet words and some curd, some offering, and spoke very sweetly to the brahmanas who weren't going to be pacified. One of them had a spear, threw the spear and pierced the body of the Rajput king, and he died and went back to Godhead. The spear, having pierced the body of his dear devotee, then the water in the tank turned red. Dwarkadish also, so to speak, bled. Of course, we know that the body of the Supreme Lord is all spiritual and he has no veins, so he has no blood, but it turned red in any case. At night, they rested under a neem tree. Those of you that are not from India don't know what neem is. It's very bitter. Like Lord Chaitanya was born under a neem tree, so he's called Nimai, because it has auspicious properties of protection, like it's like a natural antiseptic. That's part of its quality, and it's very bitter tasting. But Krishna, the tree that was drooping down, was touching the body of Krishna, and it then became sweet. So it is said, never been there, but one branch of that neem tree to this day is sweet and everything else is normal neem, very bitter. So the brahmanas were not satisfied, even after destroying the apparent thief of the deity. Krishna appeared to the wife of Bodhana and said, go to the brahmanas, tell them where I am in this tank, tell them that I want to remain and be worshipped here in Dakar. I came not because he stole me, because I want to be in Dakar. They should leave me here. But it's okay. You give them the weight in gold of the deity. Although she was a Rajput queen, she didn't have that wealth. She had her nose ring, which was very light in weight. So the message was equal in weight to the weight of the deity. The deity was taken out of the water, placed on a scale, and sure enough, the gold in her nose ring balanced with the weight of the deity. They took the deity. Krishna said, tell them, don't worry, an identical form of myself will be found in such and such well 10 months from now. Identical form. I will manifest my form identical 10 months from now. Tell them. And they'll believe you because the weight of the deity in your nose ring will be the same. So she told them. And to this day, the original deity is being worshipped in Dakar. The brahmanas grew impatient. It's not so dissimilar from the description in Jagannath Puri about the carving of Nila Madhava. The brahmanas were impatient. So impatiently they took the deity from the bottom of the well. After 7 months, the deity wasn't complete. The eyes were missing. So now the deity and the eyes of the deity are those special kind of eyes that you place on the deity, and it's not really the same as the deity carving with eyes. You follow? Krishna is very mysterious. Krishna is very mysterious. We'll hear one of the reasons for singing the song of Mira Bai. I'll tell something about her life at the end. But similarly, Krishna is very mysterious. We sang the song of Mira Bai because her final days were spent here in Dwarka. It is said that she entered into the body of the deity like Andal did in Sri Vaishnava tradition. That's how she departed. She spent her final days here in Dwarka. We'll hear more about her life and her great devotion to Krishna. So in the morning session, we heard from Skanda Purana about how Dwaraka manifested from aprakat to prakat, from unmanifest to manifest, with the understanding that Dwaraka is eternal, and there's a pastime of Dwaraka being manifest so we can see. Prakat means so that we can see. Even ordinary people, during the time of Krishna's pastimes, they could see Krishna. Even bad people, unqualified people, negatively qualified people could see Krishna, but they couldn't see Krishna because they were covered by Maya. But even ordinary people could see Krishna. So there's a detailed description of the manifestation of Krishna in his Dwaraka Leela found in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it starts with Krishna's pastimes in Mathura. Now, Krishna remained in Mathura for 12 years. After his 12th year, between his 12th and 13th year, Krishna was brought from Vrindavan to Mathura by Akrura. Actually, Krishna never left Vrindavan. We'll hear some more about that. He remained in Vrindavan in his aprakat manifestation, but even in his aprakat manifestation, it's described the gopis were able to see him because of their pure love, but because of their pure love, they were feeling it's just an imagination. It wasn't an imagination, it's Krishna manifesting his aprakat pastimes with them. But they were feeling intensity of love in separation, experiencing his aprakat leela. Very mysterious. But Krishna, in his Vasudeva feature, entered into Mathura. A number of pastimes, so we're just now going to hear Krishna's Mathura pastimes, which precede his Dwaraka pastime. It's just the unfolding of love.